My wife is not a spy.
If she is, we need to keep her in place for 72 hours so that we can identify her handler and clean out the rest of her circuit.
No.
Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard star in an old-fashioned tale of spies, sex, and intrigue in Allied. The romantic thriller hits theaters this weekend, so for his take on this and a look at other new movies this week, let's bring in film critic Richard Crouse. Okay. Let's start with Allied. Quite gripping there.
Well, it is. Well, it's really two movies in one. So the first half of the movie sees Brad Pitt playing a Canadian intelligence officer in 1942 in French Morocco. He's in Casablanca, and he's there to assassinate a German high-ranking Nazi official. He's paired with Marion Cotillard, who is playing his wife. She's a spy, and they're together to do this thing. They do it, they fall in love, they get married, they have a child, they move to London. Then, as things are going very swimmingly for them, he's told, well, we think your wife is a spy. That's where the second movie starts. So the first half really is kind of a Casablanca-style love story with a bit of action, and then it becomes all about the intrigue later on. I liked this for a lot of reasons. I liked it because both Brad and Marion look like movie stars that just stepped off the screen from 1942. Right. They are both unbelievably good-looking in a movie that's almost as handsome as they are. This movie is like an old school kind of war epic, but with a very modern kind of sensibility to it. So it feels like you're watching a movie that could have been made in 1942, except the set pieces are a little bigger. The language is a little rougher, that kind of thing. But for me, it's a 3.5 out of 5-star movie.
Oh, wow. Okay. Switching gears completely.
Yeah.
Moana.
Yeah, Moana is from Disney. You know, Disney and Pixar, they're one big happy family, really are the gold standard for these kind of movies. Big animated movies for kids. I was in New York earlier this week, and in Times Square, there's a giant moving Moana billboard, and there were dozens of kids standing underneath it chanting, Moana, Moana, waiting for it to over. They were just so excited. So I think this is going to be the movie of the weekend, probably box office-wise. Beautifully animated. Yeah. And the thing that I loved about this story is that it is the evolution of the Disney princess. No longer are the princesses here reliant on Prince Charming. They, you know, for everything. They are no longer that. This is all about girl power, and it's, I think, a really, or it has really great messages for young girls. So it's 4 out of 5 stars.
Wow,
for me.
Great. Okay, now one I know that you saw at TIFF and loved, Manchester by the Sea. Manchester
by the Sea is one of the best movies of the year, hands down. Casey Affleck plays a young man living in Boston when we first meet him. He is depressed. He has lost the joy for life. We don't know why. He gets a phone call saying that his brother has passed away and that he has to go to this small Massachusetts town called Manchester by the Sea to bury his brother and confront, frankly, some ghosts from his past, his tragic past. Sounds like a downer. It's not, because there's not an ounce of sentimentality in this movie. This is a story about real people in real situations, and sometimes in real situations, when things get tense, you laugh. So there are funny moments in this. There are, like, very funny moments in this. There are some very sad moments in this, though. There is a scene near the end, and this doesn't give anything away. There's a scene near the end where Casey Affleck meets Michelle Williams on the street that is a masterclass in acting. But as my wife likes to say, those scenes give her Kleenex burn because of the tears that flow here. It is one of those movies that if you are someone that has to see everything that's nominated for Academy Awards, you have to see this, because I think Best Picture for sure, and probably for both Michelle Williams and Casey Affleck, Best Actor and Supporting Actor nominations.
Okay, I think we have time for one more. Rules don't apply.
Rules don't apply. Warren Beatty hasn't made a movie hasn't directed a movie in 18 years, hasn't starred in one in 15 years. He's back playing Howard Hughes, and he tells a story about a young woman who comes to Hollywood in the 50s to become a star working for Howard Hughes, who owned a movie studio at the time. She falls in love with the man who's driving her around town, and then, you know, things get complicated when Howard Hughes enters the story. And Beatty is amazingly good in this. This is one of those things that you look at and you go, oh, I get why he's a movie star, even though he doesn't make that many movies. He's fantastic in it. The movie isn't as good as he is in the movie, but Lily Collins, I love. She plays the young woman coming to Hollywood. She is making interesting choices all the way along in her career, and I think she's going to be a big, big star.
All right, lots to look forward to this weekend. Richard Crouse, thank you.
Thank you.